Hey, you guys know when we talked about cessationism last week and how there's only a couple gifts left?
Correct.
There are only a couple gifts left.
Yeah, I think according to them, there's only speaking and serving. That's about all you can do by that logic. And I'll put the chart back on screen because their logic is that over time the different gifts disappeared from the scriptures. But
so if I don't have either of those, I don't have to do anything?
yeah, I think you're good.
Yeah, we just get in through our works.
Just keep checking those boxes, going to church, attending the potlucks, the little picnic lunches.
You got to be, yeah.
I think you're automatically saved if you do all that.
You just go through the motions and you're fine.
Put your hands up during worship. That's some brownie points. Your reward shall be great in heaven if you do that.
Yes.
I think Martin Luther disagrees.
Martin Luther was, I don't know, kind of seemed like a jerk, but he was right.
What are we bringing in the Lutherans now?
Nah, Martin Luther denounced James, and I'm not having that.
Did he really?
He did. No, that's the thing a lot of Protestants don't know is that he wanted to get rid of James, Hebrews.
I didn't know Hebrews.
Did he want to get rid of both?
Oh, well, I just know he said can't have faith by works. That's why I mentioned him.
Well, he was also dealing with a bunch of legalistic Pharisees, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was a little more strict. I agree with most of what he said, but not that.
And can we just mention that the Catholic Church that Martin Luther was facing is not the same Catholic Church as today?
No.
Or is it? No, I'm just kidding.
No, they went through their own Reformation, and I had no idea about that. I learned about that in Christian history a couple months ago.
I'm just joshing.
Yeah, well, the Protestant Reformation happened. It also forced Catholics to, stop all the crap. Because it was way worse back then.
Under the King James stuff?
The King James was Protestant.
Was that it? What?
That's the Anglican Church. King James was Protestant. The Catholics didn't think you should translate the Bible from Latin.
Okay, that's what I meant. Not King James. I guess
Which was kind of funny because the books weren't written in Latin. They were written in Greek and Hebrew.
That is strange.
But the Vulgate, the Roman, or the Latin version is the perfection.
Real fishy, isn't it?
Do you smell that? There's no way my sniffles are actually getting caught by my mic.
I heard it a little bit.
I heard a little bit for a second.
Well, I can smell it. It's rank right now. I can smell it from here.
Well, speaking of fishy, there was a story about Jesus and fish in the Bible.
That's true.
There's a couple of them, I think.
Jesus was quite the angler.
Josiah Queen also has a song called Fishes and Loaves.
Why does it always come back to Josiah Queen?
We were just talking about Jesus there, and now we're like, Josiah?
Is fishing a spiritual gift?
Yes.
And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome to the Churtles podcast. That's Carter, that's Kyle, and that's Peyton. Today, we are going to be talking about spiritual gifts, and we're actually each going to be taking a test on them.
Yes. Yes.
I just taught on Romans 12 last Wednesday night. That has some of the gifts.
Oh, so teaching must be one of your gifts.
Actually, no, that's why I'm trying to teach. I need to figure out if that is a gift I have.
Testing the waters.
But there's more gifts than that. It also goes into a lot of different books of the Bible. So there's a test online that I've taken before. Peyton's taken it before. Pretty good test, but maybe our gifts have changed since then. So we're going to be taking the test here on the podcast today.
No, I don't remember any of my results, I think, besides maybe one, and I won't spoil it. But I think I remember one.
So anyway, we're going to get into that.
That was my spiritual gift.
Mewing's your spiritual gift?
Yes.
I disagree.
We got to stop mewing. It's bad for the audio listeners.
It is bad for the audio listeners.
Sorry, audio listeners. Kyle was absolutely disgracing you in that moment.
He was mogging you.
Mogging.
Well, so before we get started on the spiritual gifts, Peyton, didn't you just have a birthday?
I did have a birthday.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, not me writing in the outline on the Discord to mention my birthday. I definitely told you guys to mention it.
What? No.
It was a very special day. No, that didn't happen.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 23, and I feel absolutely ancient. I really do.
I'm going to start calling you Unk. You're Unk now. You reach Unk status.
Old head.
No. You guys are going to blink. I promise you. And you're going to be...
You can drink now and cuss.
I can cuss
crazy.
now. I can legally cuss.
Cussing's 24. Cussing is 24.
I can't wait for
Peyton,
that.
you are 5 years older than me. That's crazy.
What? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're not 18.
I am 18.
You are not 18.
You pull my ID? Like, what do you want me to do?
What?
I'm 18.
I really thought you were 19. Are you messing with me? Is he messing with you
I
guys?
turned 19 in 2 months.
Chad, is this real?
No, he's not messing with you.
On paper, I'm 5 years older than. Wait, that's not. Yeah, no, that's it. Frick.
Can bro math?
I'm in Bible college, dude. We don't do that there.
That's true.
Even though I'm in a science class right now, and I calculated the gravitational pull of the sun and Jupiter the other day. Tell me what that has to do with anything.
Did you figure out moles?
Moles? I did moles in high
Dude,
school.
screw moles, bro. I cannot stand that stuff.
At least you're not in Scandinavian culture.
That's cringe.
That blows.
That's what you get for going to IU. You go to a little Big Ten, Indiana University college. You get the what do you need that class for? You get the most liberal arts degree possible. You're taking media, yet I have to guide you how to set up your microphone.
Man,
You're taking classes for this.
Bro's not learning a thing, except they are indoctrinating him with propaganda.
Propaganda.
I'm taking the 101 classes, so they're just kind of crap right now. So
College is a scam.
That is not exactly what we're saying on the Church Churtles podcast, but maybe it is for you. College is certainly a scam for some people. Pray about it. For my birthday, I also got this for my girlfriend.
ooh.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's sick.
She told me she made me send her that picture to use. So I knew about this.
Yeah, bless her heart. She is an absolute grandma when it comes to technology. And I'm pretty sure she had to screenshot the picture or something. She didn't know how to save an image online. So
For audio listeners, he got a church turtle mug again, but it's just better.
it's not gonna melt like this poor guy is pretty much dripping off of the mug. Just look out, follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and look out for the Daily Chortle number 2 coming out eventually. Once I come up with another bad Bible joke, we'll do another one so you guys can see the mug.
I like it.
It's a cool mug.
So, guys, I was wondering before we started and took the test on our spiritual gifts, it would be really funny if you were wrong, if one of us was wrong. What do you think your strengths are before we take the test?
Speaking in tongues.
Cap, bro, you
Master
struggled in French.
I struggled in French. Yeah, you're right.
Dude, French is pretty much speaking in tongues because that language is completely dumb.
French is a stupid language.
Je m'appelle comment t'appelles-tu?
Was that?
Je m'appelle Kyle, comment t'appelles-tu?
And the thing is, Kyle, I don't even know if you're lying right now. You could be speaking real French, and I don't even know the difference.
I'm being dead serious. Was
that it?
He's speaking real French.
What did you say?
I said, hi, my name is Kyle. What is yours?
No.
Kyle, you know it's useless to speak tongues without an interpreter, right?
I'm interpreting it. I took French
Yeah,
with
Carter
him.
was the interpreter.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You took French too, Carter?
Yeah, I was in Kyle's class.
We went up all the way to French 4.
Carter, you say some funny words too. You say some funny little words in French.
I don't know any French. I barely paid attention.
You can't say you went to French 3 or 4?
3.
He went to French 3, but he jumped to 4 because I was in the class that jumped with him.
How'd you jump to 4? What do you mean you just jumped an entire class?
Because yeah.
Oh,
Or no, maybe it was. No, I think it was 4.
our teacher was very upset at Kyle for doing that.
That's the most North Lawrence Community School. Hey guys, it's not in the budget to do Algebra 2 this year. We're just going to make you do Calc this year. We can't afford an Algebra 2 teacher.
I failed pre-Cal. I got a V in there.
A V?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I lied.
What?
That was
Did
geometry.
you just say you got a V?
I
got a V. That's crazy.
That was in geometry. Geometry, I was really bad.
A V still. Where do we get the V at?
I have no idea. I saw a V on there. Maybe it meant very failed. I don't know.
You actually saw a V?
Yes, there was a V on my.
I think I
transcript.
remember you talking about that.
I also think I might remember that.
It was on Power School. I don't know if it was on the actual I don't know. It was weird.
What percent was the V? Maybe that can bring some clarification.
I don't know if I want to say the percent.
Come on.
No,
There's no
we're
shame.
encouraging.
There's no shame.
There's no shame.
It's in your past. God forgives.
32%.
No, bro.
The first digit started with a 3?
Hey, I'm at IU now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you got into your little Big Ten school where you can learn about Scandinavian architecture or something stupid like that.
I actually support the Hoosiers.
I'm paying with my tax money for you to freaking learn about Scandinavians, dude.
That's true.
That's a public school.
That's a very, that's true.
Thanks for that.
Oh, Carter.
Yeah. Shout out to Ivy Tech. Go Trees.
Guys, the question was, what do you think your spiritual gifts are before we take
Oh,
the test?
shoot.
Yeah, I said speaking in tongues.
Oh, that's how we went on that tangent.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kyle's is speaking in tongues, I guess.
Let me look through this list.
It is a decently long list. It is not cessationist in its nature, because healing is on there.
I think teaching could be one. I think I have a lot to work on there, but I think that could be one. Administration, maybe. Evangelism, in a sense. I haven't been good about that lately, but I used to be on it.
I'm not good at that.
Understand. It's not an easy one.
It's intimidating, I will say.
For real though, I do think mine's teaching, service, and I'd probably say leadership. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh wait,
I can see that.
Why administration and leadership are separate on this test?
Yeah. Administration, that could be like a secretary at a church's administration, but it's not leadership, you know?
And I know in Romans 12, it kind of, in different versions, I think it says both.
He's teaching.
So,
I mean, when you think about it, there were only so many words in the Greek language compared to English, which has so many words.
Yeah.
I think I have one more spiritual gift, and I think it's exorcism.
Is that on here?
It's a real gift. I believe that.
I don't think so.
It's not.
It'd be really
exhortation.
Cool,
exhortation that's a different thing, though.
It's very different.
I think that would fall into probably prophecy or something like that. Prophecy and
or
healing.
What about healing? Yeah.
Those two kind of combine to form exorcism. So
imagine I get exorcism on this test. That'd be crazy.
I'll say props to the Catholics. I think they do a better job at that. If it's real, what they're doing.
They do a better job, but you have to be a priest. It's like if you become a priest, you unlock those gifts. It's a special privilege.
It's like the Fortnite Battle Pass.
I guess it does say in Scripture like that those who have some will be given more.
It's true.
Those who have hardly anything will have that taken away from them if they don't use it.
Got to use those gifts, baby.
Use it or lose it. That's what they say. Carter, what do you think your gifts are?
Probably hospitality.
Hospitality? Why do you think that?
I like to help people in a time of non-peaceful moments and just a bad situation or just a bad day or a rough era.
Yeah.
And then right above that is helps. Kind of goes with hospitality.
I mean, Carter, your personality, at least when you're in a good mood and not like going through your own stuff, you are pretty much a human golden retriever at your best. So,
can I be a beagle?
No.
A beagle? No, you're a golden retriever.
No, beagles get lost a lot, so he could be a beagle.
Yeah, I see those similarities too.
Kyle.
Sorry, Carter. Sorry.
If I was not a Christian, I would be saying some very not great things to you right now.
That wasn't even a diss.
Hey, not until you're 25. You unlock cuss words when you turn that old.
No, it's 24, bro. Quit pushing it off.
Oh, it's 24? Shoot.
If they change the law on that again, I'll be freaking ticked.
I have 6 years until I can. All right, bleep this. I'm just kidding.
No, it's like, dude, I turned 18, and then 2 months later, there was a federal extension of tobacco products to 21. So I could have got addicted in those 2 months. Then they screwed me over and made me wait an extra 2.5 years.
No, did you know you can? I actually looked this up today. They're called like it's something. It's some fake like cigars and cigarettes that have no tobacco, no nicotine. It's just herbal stuff you can smoke.
Dude, I would look so cool and I wouldn't get cancer.
And you can be 18 too. You can be 18 too to buy them.
Okay.
I got an ad for it on Instagram.
Oh.
I'm not going to question your algorithm, Kyle, and what it's pushing out to you.
I don't know.
I'm going to make a single guess, and I will say this is something that I think I had last time. It's not a gift that I kind of thought about before going into the test last time either. It's discernment, which isn't discernment necessarily. That word can also be used kind of for common sense. But in this sense, it is the gift of discernment is the divine strength or ability to spiritually identify falsehood, to distinguish between right and wrong motives and the spiritual forces at work in situations.
I like that.
Well, I mean, you are Republican.
No, but discernment's is cool, a cool gift, I think, and I think I might possess it. I can kind of tell people's motivations before the truth comes out sometimes.
Yeah, I feel that a little bit, but definitely not a top one.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good for you.
You have to battle because I'm also good at seeing the good in people, and it's like two fighting things inside of me because I try to assume the best, but also sometimes the discernment creeps up a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Oh no, my freaking mic's dying. I need to plug it in.
Oh, your headset?
Oh, you Mike, I was like, what do you mean? I was like,
Your mic's plugged into the wall. How could it be dying?
well, I figured we just talked about what we think our strengths are, but we want to move into what we think our weaknesses are.
That I didn't even have that on there. Yeah, what do you guys think your weaknesses are?
Oh,
I would have to think about that.
I have 0.
Oh, no weaknesses. You're just perfect. You're just the second coming of Christ, aren't
I'm
you?
just kidding.
I think my weakness is that I don't have 300 concubines. They call me Saul.
Saul?
That's Solomon, bro.
Wasn't it
Is that
Solomon?
short for
Sorry.
Solomon?
Solomon, that's what I meant.
Oh, shoot. I can't do tongues. Not a big tongues guy.
We.
I'll say before I worked at a church camp this summer. Before that, my service was dead last. I think that helped me a lot, but that's still probably on the weaker end.
I think you should cut yourself some slack. You grew a lot, I will say.
I think so.
I've been working at that camp for 4 years, though, and I did have to cover for yourself a couple times, I will say.
I went on vacation, bro.
You did. And you also went on vacation at the absolute worst time. We need so much help that week.
My bad.
It's okay.
Won't happen again.
You did get a lot better, though. I don't think it's your true weakness, but it's definitely in the middle, I think, for you. Service.
Gotcha. Could
use some workout. Work out that muscle in yourself.
Let's get like salty here. Let's point out each other's weaknesses right now. I'm just kidding.
Kyle, yours is words of knowledge.
Oh, got personal. I don't think he was joking.
Dude,
You do communion meditations frequently at church, so
I do that.
doesn't mean they're good. I haven't seen them, though, so
That's crazy to say. You can look them up on Facebook if you want.
maybe I will, and I'll get back to you. If your words are full of knowledge and wisdom, or if they're full of deceit and lies.
He's going to discern you, buddy.
I have that power. I'm going to use my power on you.
What are you, freaking Harry Potter? What the heck's going on right now? Bro's Voldemort.
No, he's Hero Brian.
Don't say his name, bro.
Carter, what do you think your weaknesses are?
Definitely talking in front of people.
So teaching.
Teaching. Oh, teaching. I thought you were going like along gossip. I don't know why you said talking about people or something, and that's what I was thinking about.
I understood.
I think my weak one's just faith, dude.
Mm,
I'm just kidding.
Faith is on here, I think.
It is.
It is on here.
I mean, that's a genuine weakness. It can be.
It is.
It was
is,
Thomas's
it is.
weakness.
I guess say mine's probably just like prophecy and miracles. I've never prophesized and I've never miracleized.
You've never miracleized?
I don't know. I was trying to make it work.
If you struggle with faith, it's a genuine thing. And I'd say my girlfriend, one of the most godly people I know, and that is one she can struggle with sometimes. So just overthinking. That can be a weakness.
Yeah.
It's very common. It's hard too.
I do that all day, every day.
Yeah, they kept coming out with new religions, making me overthink things.
I think we just live in a glorified agnosticism world where people actually think we live in a simulation. I know there are people out there that are actually convinced by that. More logical than, I think, pure atheism. I would lean towards simulation more than just an accident.
I don't know about that.
I would believe simulation before accident. 100%. This is not some mistake or some complete natural occurrence.
I see your point.
It just doesn't make sense.
Can we start the Church of the Chortle? The Church of the Chortle?
New religion?
New religion?
Church of the Chortlers.
Can we be cessationism?
No, we're not going to be cessationism.
Dang it.
No.
And speaking of cessationism and gifts, I think my weakness might be giving. Because I don't really have a lot. That's not an excuse, but
Maybe you're really good at it then.
I don't know.
Maybe you don't have a lot because you give a lot.
No, I buy so many things.
He has a real Shure SM7B, Ryan.
That's true.
Yeah. Not that fake piece of crap next to you.
It's not fake.
It's not, guys, audio listeners, it's not fake.
It's not fake, trust me. I don't have to spend an extra hour fixing Ryan's audio in post.
You guys are not exhorters, I'll tell you that.
Is that speaking encouragement?
Yes.
Maybe that's all of our weakness. I'm not, to be completely honest, it's probably something we all need to work on.
Especially towards Carter.
We never asked what Fillmore's was.
Hey, Fillmore, what's your gift?
He's definitely a giver, bro.
Dude, he said the craziest thing in tongues, and I have no idea what it means.
Oh, we need an interpreter.
Carter, interpret.
Je ne sais quoi. Did he say that?
I have no idea.
Does Fillmore know it is worthless to speak in tongues without an interpreter?
Fillmore's a bear.
For you audio listeners out there is a bear poster behind Kyle, and that's Fillmore. It's not a real person. There's not just a man in Kyle's room listening.
Or there is, and audio listeners will never be able to know.
Guys, we should probably take the test.
Okay.
We probably should.
I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click it.
I'm gonna click it too.
All right, boys. It's been about 15 minutes. We all took the test. We're doing a hard jump cut in this episode. I think we're going to start with Kyle, as we always do.
Of course.
You have to at this point. You're too far in.
You're such a good boy to start with. You just kind of fit that mold.
He fits the first guy mold.
Oh, so I'm just a mold to you? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Hey, consider maybe, and I guess we're about to find out, but maybe one of your spiritual gifts is like trailblazing and setting the standard.
Trailblazing.
Because you really just paved the way.
I wish the Bible said something like that. Trailblazing spiritual gift would sound really cool.
That really would be cool. You set the standard. That would kind of be that gift.
So am I just gonna name them off one by one? We'll talk one and then keep talking about it.
Name
I'll just say one. Yeah.
Go one by one, and me, Ryan, and Carter will give our opinion on whether we think that's right.
This could either really build each other up or really tear each other down.
Listen, if none of us are exhortation, this is going to be really bad.
All right. Well, number one I have is faith.
Okay. Kyle, I probably know you the least. As much as we have grown closer by doing this podcast, I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Faith? I don't disagree with it. I'm kind of surprised it's one, but like I've never heard you have doubts. Not that that's the only thing of what it means, but
Yeah.
I could see it.
I agree with Ryan. I don't disagree.
Put that mic up to your face.
Carter,
Put that
hold
freaking mic
your
up to your
mic.
face, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Start again.
I kind of agree with Ryan. I don't disagree, but I don't really know your personal issues and what you deal with and how you take that. So
Sounds good to me.
yeah,
Kyle, go ahead and read faith.
Faith. The gift of faith is the divine strength or ability to believe in God for unseen supernatural results in every arena of life.
Oh, so this test version of faith kind of goes against cessationism.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's talking about supernatural results in every area of life. That includes healing.
Supernatural, like Jensen Ackles,
What?
the show.
What are you talking about?
You guys don't know Supernatural?
no one watches Supernatural.
Oh, that show.
With Jarek Padalecki.
I've never seen Supernatural. Did your girlfriend make you watch that or something?
Yeah, I had to stop watching it because they made God kind of a bad guy.
That doesn't surprise me.
Good show.
Very unsurprising in today's religious climate.
Shall I move on?
What's number 2?
I have pastor / shepherd.
Oh.
Why is that?
I don't know. Because the test told me I was.
So you're a little leader. You're a shepherd of people.
I agree with that personally. I mean, I'm not trying to boast here, but I think I agree with that.
It's a gift that I think all of us probably in this call possess to a certain extent. It actually didn't make my top 5 this point. Little spoiler, I lost that spiritual gift in the 2 years since I took it. Kyle, I remember when you were like a little 7th or 8th grader, and I was at our youth minister's house, which he's gone now. Rest in peace, Gabe. You showed up to a cookout, which was definitely not planned to be like a lesson night or anything, and you still showed up with your Bible, and you were like reading it, I think. You were like the only one to show up with a Bible, and you were just ready to learn.
That was bro's first time reading.
Hey, man, that's not exhortation.
I'm just kidding.
I'm guessing exhortation isn't in your top 5, Ryan.
No, it's not.
No, it's not in mine either.
Well, Gabe's gone. Trying to move on. All right.
I guess.
Am I just moving on to the third one?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this third one.
What is it?
It's hospitality.
Hospitality? Interesting.
No. I disagree.
No?
Because whenever I used to come over, you'd share your bed with me. And we're not nothing homo. We just slept there. But bro stopped letting me sleep there. So now I'm banished to the couch.
We have an extra bedroom in the house now.
So
You got a whole extra bed? You're getting your own bed? You got upgraded. He got more hospitable.
no, I want to sleep with him.
You want the warmth overnight?
Yes.
I remember one time we had a campfire. We had like a boys' night, and I think Ryan stayed. And he climbs on my bed. I'm like, dude, my sister's gone. We have a whole extra bedroom now.
No, actually, it recently got unlocked because you used to get really mad whenever we got in her bed.
Because you guys messed with her stuff like a month after she moved out. You kept on touching her stuff when it wasn't fully moved out.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I didn't.
I know, but people did.
But I do. I know some people
I
did.
believe that with your friends. Oh my gosh.
Yes, some did.
So I think I have a valid point in that.
Okay, understandable.
Read hospitality real quick.
Nope. Hospitality. The gift of hospitality is the divine strength or ability to create warm, welcoming environments for others in places such as your home, office, or church.
Do I feel warm and welcome around you, Kyle? I don't know.
I'm big, so I hope like I'm nice and cozy.
You, according to Bergman's law, which is a scientific term, that means you produce more heat.
Exactly, warm and cozy.
He is physically hospitable.
Like Ryan's cat.
No, that's in heat. That's different things.
An animal being in heat is very different than Bergman's law, Carter.
Chat, clip that.
I know. It's funny.
Kyle, what's your fourth?
Fourth, I completely agree with this, is craftsmanship.
Ah, you're a little handyman. You got a little stupid little Milwaukee tool. You can put a little drill bits and things.
Don't make fun of
Tradesman.
Milwaukee at all, bro. DeWalt sucks. Milwaukee's on top.
No, 100% true.
Thank you. I thought craftsmanship would have been higher.
Why is that?
Well, you're just more of a shepherd than a craftsman. Am I right?
Well,
You're just constantly leading people, and it just kind of gets in the way of you building stuff with your hands, like the man's man you are.
So much.
Such a man's man.
I'm a blue-collared boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing there's no disagreeers because no one's speaking up.
No.
I don't know. You're a country boy.
I'm a country boy.
You live in the middle of freaking nowhere. You got Elon Musk's Starlink Wi-Fi. Of course, you're going to be a craftsman.
That is the only way I'm able to do this podcast is because of Elon Musk.
No, you would be glitching out the entire time if we were using your old Wi-Fi.
I know.
Playing video games with you was a chore.
I know.
It was kind of funny though.
It was, yeah, I'd throw like tantrums basically, bro.
And you've grown a lot since then.
I don't disagree. Move on.
All right, next, my last one. I was also kind of shocked. My like 3 and 5, I was kind of evangelism I have for 5.
Really?
Can you read that?
The gift of evangelism is the divine strength or ability to help non-Christians take the necessary steps to becoming a born-again Christian.
Okay.
Do you know any examples of you doing that?
Well, I never even thought about it. Just give me a second. I'm not gonna name drop, but there's definitely some kids in the youth group that I've had talks with
Yeah.
about how to take steps towards their faith.
Is that more apostleship, though? That might be more apostleship,
That's true.
but I don't know. Because evangelism's bringing in a non-believer. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Are you more of a bringing up people who are already in the church, which is discipling, or are you getting people in the door for the first time?
That's why I said I was kind of shocked about evangelism.
Is that the one you said you disagreed with?
It was hospitality somewhat, and then evangelism is one I was kind of confused on.
Kyle, I do think you have anger issues, but I think hospitality is something you actually bring to the table.
Kyle, when you're not angry, you are hospitable.
Very much so. You can get angry quick, though.
So I just have to quit playing Fortnite, and then I won't be angry.
Yeah.
And get more sleep.
Or you could consider not letting Fortnite dictate your mood so much.
Dude, I ping.
Your ping's fine now, dude.
It's fine now.
You have freaking Starlink. I don't want to hear about your ping. You have flawless internet, pretty much.
It's Antichrist Wi-Fi.
Unless a strong enough wind comes through and blows that router off your ceiling.
Bro, Elon Musk is not the Antichrist. Chill.
Yeah, he's on our side. He's a Republican.
Oh, he is? Okay, yeah.
That is not what that means, Peyton.
He can't be the Antichrist. He's Republican.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so Kyle's was in order. What was the first again?
My first one was faith.
Just say them all again in order.
I have faith, pastor. I said pastored. Pastor. That makes I mix shepherd and pastor.
You pastored.
Faith, pastor / shepherd, hospitality, craftsmanship, and evangelism.
Okay.
Sounds like you're a man's man, and every girl out there should want you to be the man of God in her life.
Well, they shouldn't because I'm already locked down right now. So
There you go.
they better not be.
That's not the best phrasing.
Yeah, don't call it lockdown. That's
I am willingly locked down.
You may as well
That's
call her
not-
your ball and chain. Don't call your girlfriend your ball and chain.
The old ball and chain.
The old ball and chain.
I am completely taken and in a great relationship. How about that?
There you go. Show some love.
Blink twice if you're in need of help.
Bro is stone faced. Oh,
he
was
just-
that 2 blinks?
No,
I saw there?
I said
You just got clipped. You just got clipped.
I
Does
opened
she
my
have you at gunpoint?
no.
All right, Ryan, you're up next.
Okay. Well, let me just say,
I'm in a healthy relationship, by the way.
dude, anger issues. Tone it down, brother.
That's true. Not being very hospitable right now.
Okay. Anyway, I like that we're doing this, and I think it's good to any viewers out there that don't know us. I know majority are our friends and peers, but but it's good for you guys to get to know us. So I'm enjoying this.
Yeah.
Number 1, leadership.
Yeah.
I want to talk about leadership a little bit.
Okay.
I enjoy the role of leadership, and I think I do take the responsibility of it. However, I literally hate calling myself a leader, and I hate saying I have that gift because it sounds so unhumble.
I think that's a sign of a good leader.
That's probably true.
I think someone without that gift would deny or would claim having that really hard.
Yeah.
Someone who really wants to be group leader. But Kyle, I mean, are you going to deny that Ryan's group leader in your friend group?
Ryan is 100% in our friend group leader, bro.
Oh, let's stop.
I could ask someone, be like, you want to go? They're like, no. Wait, Ryan's going? Yeah.
Everyone's in instantly. Ryan's going to blush after all this.
I'm blushing a little bit.
He's a little group leader.
Okay, move on. Prophecy. Wait, no, that wasn't second. That was third. Administration was second, which,
Really?
like I said earlier, I kind of see that both in one, like leadership and administration. I think that comes together. I do really enjoy administration. I'll read it. The gift of administration is the divine strength or ability to organize multiple tasks in groups of people to accomplish these tasks. I think when it comes to organizing things we do with whether it's the church or just our friend group, I'm not the most skilled at anything. I'm pretty much probably middle of the line for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like working with my hands, I'm getting there. I'm getting better, but that's definitely not my strength. And then like exhortation, it's not my best.
Definitely not.
But there does need to be a skilled person to get things in order, and without that things don't happen. So I think that's accurate. You guys can let me know.
I'm very in the middle on administration. My administrative skills shine at certain moments, but if they're not there, they are horrible. I'm so bad with administration if I'm not invested in what's going on.
That's true.
I don't want anything to do with it.
That happens.
But if I'm passionate,
I agree with the administration because whenever our, I guess you could say summer senior trip plan fell through, you're the one who booked the Airbnb and made everything, all the time arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you booked our flights for California when we leave a couple months from now.
Someone's got to take initiative, bro.
you're the person everyone goes through, it seems.
And I trust you guys to pay me back, even though Carter's not paid me back yet.
I see giving isn't going to be one of Carter's gifts.
Work in progress.
Sorry.
We trust you.
Third was probably my most surprising, which was prophecy.
Oh.
I can see it a little bit, but
He's a prophet.
We got a
I don't
little
know.
prophet. If I was a silly little cessationist, I would say you can't be a silly little prophet.
that gift's gone, buddy.
That gift expired at approximately 90 AD. As soon as John was done writing Revelation, that gift just ceased to exist.
Just like that. Huh.
Just like,
Have we read prophecy yet? I don't think so.
No, we
The
haven't.
gift of prophecy is the divine strength or ability to communicate God's truth and heart in a way that calls people to a right relationship with God. I can see it a little bit, but I think I don't think that's my third best.
Wait, you're talking about like you help other people have a good relationship with God? Is that what it's talking about?
Yeah.
Getting over like the truth of, I guess, the word?
The big thing for prophecy is truth. A lot of truth.
I definitely agree with that for you as your number 3, bro. I've seen many people you have helped and you're accurate with it and you're not like just rushing into things, just saying just because you actually give a crap, I guess you could say.
I guess. When I think of prophecy, I think of
Prophet?
I think of bigger things like God directly telling you something. I know that's not always what it is, but that's what I think of.
I think it's a step above teaching in terms of teaching is almost completely speaking of what the Bible's talking about in its original context. You know what the Bible's saying. You kind of know some details maybe about some commentaries, about the original scriptures. Prophecy is a step above that. And I think it's in the way that you are able to maybe read scripture, talk about it, and adapt it so well to the culture. You have the Spirit of God inside of you in a way that you can just navigate what's going on in 2024 and be able to tell that to people in that kind of way. Does that make sense?
That's a good description.
It's different than teaching in that way. And it's different than straight up preaching.
Well, my fourth and fifth are teaching and discernment. I think those kind of tie together well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I guess teaching and discernment together would kind of make prophecy.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Teaching is directly from the Bible, then discernment would be applying it to daily life. So
Ryan's a prophet.
He's a prophet. He's a teacher. He's a discerner.
there's more prophets out there, boys.
Prophecy's still a thing. Read teaching real quick.
The gift of teaching is the divine strength or ability to study and learn from the scriptures primarily to bring understanding and depth to other Christians.
Yes. Tell us about some moments where you think that has been validated in your life of teaching.
What do you mean?
What opportunities have you had to express that gift? Because if you haven't had any opportunities, I feel like it wouldn't have come up in this.
I taught at youth group a couple times growing up, but nothing crazy. Usually just 5 or 10 minute sermons. And then I did one or two, I think just one communion in front of big church, and that was scary. That was really scary.
Get used to it, Bubba.
And those are a couple of years ago, but now in my internship with Mundell Christian Church, I've been teaching every other week, and for the most part, every sermon has gotten better. So I feel like, in a way, yeah, teaching's there. I don't think it's tip-top, but I think 4th is probably accurate.
Yeah.
I really want to improve on that, though. I'd like to get that top 2 or 3.
It's like we were saying, I really need to figure out what verse it is, but if you use your gift, you'll be given more. And if you don't use it all, it will be taken away and given to someone else.
I'm trying to use it, bro. And mommy and daddy are teachers, so I need to teach.
That one more than anything, you just need practice. You got to keep teaching.
That is the truth.
I've been there for 2 of your lessons. Have been pretty good. I couldn't make the 3rd, but the second one got better from the first I saw.
Yeah.
2 of your lessons were pretty good, but that other one was kind of whack, dude.
The other one was mid. No, the one I said for the most part they keep getting better. I just taught on Romans 12. I felt like it didn't go as well, but that's an important chapter, and I just don't.
I don't think it was bad.
Romans 12's kind of mid. That's why I ripped it out of my Bible.
Mid. Oh, that's crazy.
I didn't actually rip it out, guys. It fell out on its own because my Bible looks like it went through a meat grinder.
And then he burned it.
No, I didn't do that.
What?
That's crazy, Kyle. That's absolutely nuts that you would say something like that.
I'm just saying what you told me, bro.
Oh, jeez. Anyways.
I guess lying's one of my spiritual gifts.
Clearly. Either that or truth is one of your spiritual weaknesses.
I think that makes more sense.
Okay, Ryan, anything else on you?
Enough about me.
So humble. That's part of his leadership.
Too humble. Get me out of here.
Group leader is fed up with it all being about him.
Little humble.
Carter, it's your turn.
I'm excited to hear his.
You look like you just woke up, dude.
I am. I'm a little tired today. My first one was exhortation.
Really? The only exhorter in the group.
I could see it.
What's the full definition of that?
You wanna read that?
Yeah, you definitely need to do that because I don't got that, so I'm not gonna have the chance to explain that.
This gift is the divine strength or ability to strengthen, comfort, or urge others to action through the written or spoken word of the biblical truth.
I spaced out completely. I'm sorry.
I think you're a pretty comforting guy.
Like I said, you're a little golden retriever that runs around, and you're like a little happy guy, happy little guy.
There is in my 5, there's a lot of similarities. Okay, my second one was something that I didn't really expect. Now I guess it's similar a little bit, but it was pastor/shepherd.
Oh, another pastor in the
Got a
group.
couple pastors.
Ooh, someone's a pastor. Someone's a little pastor.
I don't pastor. I don't, which I guess pastor doesn't always mean I'm always talking to people about. It's not a sermon.
You need to separate the meaning of that word with what we usually think of, which is just, preacher at a church. It's different than that. Pastor, read it. Have you read it yet? Read it again. Kyle might have, but I forget.
He did, but the gift of pastor/shepherd is a divine strength or ability to care for personal needs of others by nurturing and mending life issues. So like I said, it's kind of similar to exhortation.
Yeah, I think because it says /shepherd, and the shepherd, I guess, guides the sheep and cares for them. And you've definitely have helped me at least, and I also see you talking to others, I guess, guiding them and helping them, which I agree with the shepherd stuff part.
Yeah, I think that ties in well.
Carter, you haven't played that role to me. You haven't been a shepherd for me necessarily, but that's just because I've honestly been more of a shepherd to you because there's an age difference, and I've gone through the things you're usually dealing with. But I've seen you do the same for others that I've been there for you as you guide a lot of your friends. You do that frequently, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Try to.
I think he does. I think he sets the very best example of just being kind-hearted, and just by his speech and manners. But except when IU loses, then his speech gets a little wonky.
He starts saying things like, "Oh Lord, why are we so bad?" He takes the Lord's name in vain, evidently, when IU loses.
No good, no good.
Yeah,
Can't let your entire moral system just come crumbling down as soon as your sports team lose, Carter.
it's not a pretty sight.
He always says the same phrase with it. He go, "Freaking freaker," every time. It's always freaking freaker.
That shows passion too, though.
He is passionate. There is not many as passionate as Carter about sports, at least.
Such a passionate man.
I think that also leaks over to his heart and his heart for others. So
Keep using that, man. Use that for others.
Pastor
Take
me.
as good as sports are, which if you're one day, you're going to be a coach for sure. One day in a sport, I'm almost certain of it.
Oh, yeah. He's got the coach's Bible.
He's got the coach's Bible, even though it's a freaking NLT.
NLT. Boo.
Use that ability when you coach, because I feel like your love for sports and your ability to pastor/shepherd are going to combine in some magical way if you do that one day.
I agree. I think I can use my passion. I think with this coach's Bible, I've actually, like, with the daily scriptures it gives you in the back, I shout out to Santi. Oh, I'm not supposed to name anybody.
No, that's
Cut
a
that
good
out.
one.
You can name drop some people.
Bro lives across the United States.
Just don't drop their social security number.
Shout out to Santi. He gave me that, one of Gabe, our old youth pastor's friend, he gave me that Bible. And at first, when it said Coach's Bible, I was like, well, that don't make any sense. But then as I obviously read it, he's like, it's a sports type Bible. It helps you as a coach trying to help your kids or your team, whoever, with the ability of having Jesus. And then with the back scriptures and like the daily scriptures it has, like for every day of the year, it's definitely improved my like view on coaching, and it's a good leadership thing too. But I think I could use that Bible especially for my future whatever. It doesn't have to even be a sports team. It can be a media team.
That's true.
Hint, media.
Yeah.
You want to do media so bad, and I'm rooting for you. We're all rooting for you.
I was gonna say sometimes I love sports. I love watching them. I love playing a lot of them. Sometimes I struggle to see the value in it and how it can relate to growing spiritually or mentally. But you look more into it, and I see that it obviously teaches us. It teaches us discipline. It teaches us winning and losing at life.
Patience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But like taking a role as a coach, you are a leader, and you are in charge of usually kids, team, or not kids in the NBA, whatever. You're a coach of people, and you can use that job as a huge outing to spread the gospel and disciple people. And I remember 6th grade, I think, that we had a boys travel team put together from our school team, and one of our friends' dad coached us. And on Sunday mornings, whenever we were at the tourneys, we were missing church, obviously, but he would like make us do like a study while we're there and pray about it, and just take like 20 or 30 minutes out of our time, out of our morning to do that. So you can very much be impactful playing sports. As we know, Steph Curry's been very impactful, right, guys?
Oh, so impactful. He writes one Bible verse on his shoes, Philippians 4:13, and he's just the face of Christianity in sports. He puts a little basketball through a hoop.
Yeah, I prefer Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow, granted,
He's solid.
Hey, you're forgetting about Jonathan Isaac.
John
bro.
Isaac's really, really vocal and really good.
And actually, the other day, or yesterday, I forgot, AJ Griffith, he played at Duke. I forgot what NBA team he plays for. I think it's the Hawks, but
It is the Hawks.
he retired,
What?
and he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, I basically retired to focus on Jesus. That's what he said.
That's awesome.
yeah, that's super cool.
And people are going to see that, and not everyone's going to understand it, but a lot of athletes will be like, wow, that inspires me, because they know, they can understand his love for the game, but he's going to pick this Jesus guy instead.
And he's only 21 too. So
Hey, Carter, there's a little revival happening at Ohio State and a lot of different colleges. The football team is pretty involved in it.
I saw that.
I think you just need to
I did see that.
you need to find a rock somewhere in IU sports, and maybe you two just kind of meet together and maybe you start your own little revival.
IU needs it.
And you're the pastor. IU needs it bad, dude.
Bad.
IU doesn't need it bad. It's
Top 10 party school in the nation.
it's it bad.
That's why you went there, isn't it?
Yeah, get hammered,
You love
Wasted.
the party.
zoggled.
Carter, was that your third pastored? I said pastor
No,
too.
that was my second.
That was your second?
That was my second.
Bro, what are your other three? We just spent like 8 minutes on that.
So, yeah, no. My third was actually teaching.
Really?
I think one-on-one I can do that, but I struggle tremendously getting in front of like 30, 25, 30 people. And I took a speech class last year, and I was terrified, and it was only 12 people.
Teaching, dude, there's Bible studies too. Teaching is not only preaching.
Yeah.
You could teach in a very small setting, and that is where I thrive. That is where I shine as a leader. I do not want to preach, at least not often.
I don't either. And I'm not saying I like obviously don't want to, because I just like don't care for it, but like it's just not my cup of tea right now.
There are enough good speakers on the planet for you to not have to if it's not your calling. It's okay.
Yeah, and that might not be my gift, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
What's your fourth?
I'll combine my fourth and fifth because they basically it's the same thing. Helps and service.
Okay.
What's helps?
What's the difference?
The gift of helps is divine strength or ability to work in a supportive role for accomplishment of tasks in the Christian ministry with the ability to often see the need before others do.
So is that more strictly like church related?
I'm going to attempt to interpret it like this. Service, I would think, would be more like project oriented, like the church projects where it's like we're going to go out in the community and
Physical
do this.
labor?
Yeah, it's kind of like physical labor, where we're going to build beds for the community, like our home church.
Yeah.
But helps might be more helping friends out and be willing to help out in that way, in a more personal, tight-knit circle kind of way.
That makes sense. Good discernment, man.
Not to be a spoiler alert, but that is one of my gifts.
Yep.
Carter, would you agree that that's kind of, are you good at both of those? Is that kind of the distinction between help and service?
I basically just, because service basically is help, so I kind of just, my mind was like, oh, that's kind of the same thing, but I guess in that description,
Yeah.
I can help when I can with like ministries and stuff like that when they're available.
I think you've always been willing to help out how you can. Do you have anything else, Carter, on yours?
I do need to get better at teaching, but I also wish I could do more service stuff, because I remember when we had a guy in our church, very trusted guy. He's a elder now. He had this group on Wednesday nights like 3 or 4 years ago, which is crazy. That's been that long. But every Wednesday night we'd go to like missions in our area, help the missions, and then we'd have like a 20-minute Bible study or something like that. And I really enjoyed that. And I'd like to start that up again. I know it's hard because people are obviously older now and they have gone away, but maybe the newbies can get started on it. But
Disciple some newbies. Be what that elder was to you. Be that for somebody else who hasn't had the opportunity to be discipled in that way yet.
I want to say a quick point. I appreciate the fact that you said that you want to get better at teaching. I think a lot of time we think of our gifts and we want to stick to them, which is good. You should use your gifts that God has given you. But I said the other night during my lesson that like a year from now, let's say, if we retake this test, the number system, we should be doing better on each question. We shouldn't stay stagnant in anything. We can constantly improve. So like my exhorter, it should be up a year from now. Still might not be great, but I should at least be improving in that aspect. So you can always, your gifts can change, even if they stay the same though. That you should be getting better at each thing.
Keep building it up, Carter.
So what I've heard people say is just strive to be like Jesus every day. It might be impossible, but it's not impossible to try.
That's bars, Kyle.
Bars.
It is my turn, I believe. So I'll just start off right off the bat. We've already talked a lot about this gift. I think all four of us have it. Teaching. is on my list. It's number 1.
Do you agree?
I'm going to school for it technically, so I would hope it's somewhat up there.
You're pay to win.
In this case, yes.
Pay to win's crazy.
It had specifically the questions on the quiz where it was talking about Bible knowledge specifically. That was 5 out of 5 on my quiz. Teaching is, we've already read it, but the gift of teaching is the divine strength or ability to study and learn from scriptures, primarily to bring understanding and depth to other Christians. I don't know if preaching was a separate gift on this list. I think it might have been tied into teaching, but I'm a teacher, not a preacher, and that's certain. I do not thrive in big crowd scenarios. Granted, I haven't done it enough, so maybe I could do it if I had some more practice.
They are different things. You can still be a teacher without that.
And missing from my list is also prophet, Ryan, so we're a little different.
Sorry. No more prophets.
Yeah, I think you were the only one. Congrats.
Ryan's the last prophet.
I snuck in. The
cessationists were actually right, but then you changed it. You're actually the first prophet since 90 AD when John keeled over and died.
Guys, let's stop talking about me.
That's that leadership again. My second gift is discernment, which I'm going to read it again. We already read it. But the gift of discernment is a divine strength or ability to spiritually identify falsehood, to distinguish between right and wrong motives, and the spiritual forces at work in situations. And unbeknownst to me, number 3 on my list is exactly what I talked about earlier, because my third gift is mercy. Mercy is the gift of divine strength or ability to feel empathy and to care for those who are hurting in any way. Now, in my brain, I see those who are sinning as hurting. Maybe they're not actively hurting. Maybe they think they're okay. But I think all people who are sinning are one disaster away from hitting an absolute wall if they don't believe in God.
Yeah.
Because I know that the softness of the foundation, that is secularism, that is worldliness, will crumble as soon as trouble actually hits. If the economy crashes and their faith is built on money, they're going to have a really hard time.
They are cooked.
If their faith is in sex and relationships, if that relationship ends, disaster is going to strike.
Majorly cooked.
So I have these two forces, which is my discernment and my mercy, because I know when people aren't being genuine. I'm really good at it. But my mercy also is like seeing the best in people. Maybe not the best, but just trying to put myself in their shoes. And those two forces fight each other a little bit. They're almost on the opposite ends of each other.
So you struggle to sometimes not judge? Is that kind of what you're saying?
No, it's the opposite. I think if I only had one of these two gifts, it would be really bad. Because if I only had discernment, I would be such a judger.
Oh, okay.
Because I would always be assuming I'm right about people, and in a sense, I probably would be if my gift it really is discernment. But even with that assumption, it's not okay to judge people. Because even if I'm right about someone not being genuine, they're not being genuine for a reason. They're still a child of God, and they're struggling. They're hurting. If I just had mercy without discernment, I think I would be really naive and trust people too quickly. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it can be really hard because Ryan, you just have discernment on your list, right? You didn't have mercy.
No.
Do you think you can be judgmental sometimes? You can be quick to confront friends, but not necessarily have as much heart behind it?
Definitely. And I always use the excuse that if they're Christian, I'm allowed to bestow my thoughts. But I mean, that's true, but I should still come about it a lot nicer sometimes.
It's all about that balance.
Two sides to that coin.
And Ryan, I've seen it in you. I definitely asked that question knowing the answer, that I know that you can be judgmental. Not necessarily judgmental, but harsh in your confrontations, 100%.
It can come off as judgmental. I'm humble enough to admit that.
That's why he's group leader.
That's why he's group leader. He's so good at leadership, bro.
No, seriously though, I agree. I think that is awesome that you have both. I wish I had both. I think my mercy's gotten better, but yeah, I can see that for you. I could see that.
It's a balance. Because if those two aren't balanced, the other one will win, and it could end up very bad.
But
my discernment can get me in trouble at times.
Yeah, I think we need people with both of those, though. We need some people that know what to do and can attack it, and other people that can feel for those people and uplift them.
My fourth is faith. Kyle, you were the only one with faith, weren't you?
I had faith.
And faith was the gift of faith is the divine strength or ability to believe in God for unseen supernatural results in every arena of life. And I think when I have a problem, and this is kind of a bad thing, Notice how prayer wasn't necessarily on my list. When I'm struggling, I go directly to God, and I try not to just be asking for something. Definitely a temptation of prayer sometimes. If you have faith and you want something to be overcome, it's not necessarily a bad thing to ask for something for God, but as long as it's not like $1 billion or a private jet. My faith, I've always operated with that belief that the God of the New Testament is the God of the Old Testament, is the God of creation, is the God today, and he still does supernatural things, and he heals. I believe that 100%.
Good faithful man.
I wish I had more.
You can always work on it.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Kyle, you had this, I think faith was higher on your list.
Oh, bad, bad joke.
Bro, you're so faithful.
Dude, bro is so faithful.
No,
right now.
I was just because. Okay, yeah.
Did you forget that your first one was faith?
I completely forgot. I downloaded the PDF and closed off of it and just pulled up all the definitions.
Memory is not one of his spiritual gifts. I don't think it's one of them, but
Yeah, my sense of direction sucks.
It does.
he's super faithful, but he has dementia, so he's just trying his best out here.
Just don't forget that you have faith.
As long as you remember that.
I can't forget because if anything new pops in my head, I forget it.
Yeah, I feel like those kind of go against each other. If you're forgetful, you're usually the one to like forget all of the scriptures talking about how God saved us.
You forget how many
how-
times God has delivered you in your life too.
Mm-hmm.
You encounter a situation, you're like, this sucks. God's not real. I am completely abandoned right now. Even though you've been delivered from that exact problem like 5 times in your life.
Or I forget about the situation I'm in. I'm like, God's got me. Was it even that bad?
That's true.
So you can play both sides of that.
I guess.
We can play both those games, buddy.
It's a little convoluted, but I think there's some truth to what you're saying in there somewhere. You kind of have to fish around for it, but
I have zero clue what convoluted means, but I love it.
Discern that discerner.
Convoluted is one of those words that I actually don't even know what it means, but it sounds kind of
Convoluted.
convoluted.
That's not in my vocabulary.
Is your vocabulary that big though, Carter?
No, he goes to IU.
No.
If you can't tell, number 5 on my list is not exhortation by that jab. That was not very nice. I'm sorry. Sorry, Carter.
Yeah, you're mean. You're mean. You're mean.
My 5th gift is hospitality.
I agree.
Do you agree? Why do you agree, Carter? You were very quick to agree me.
Yeah.
What was that again? Making people feel cozy?
Yeah, the gift of hospitality is the divine strength or ability to create warm, welcoming environments for others in places such as your home, office, or church.
See, I agree with that.
I agree.
Ooh.
Carter, you were the quickest to agree, so I want to know why.
Every time I would go to Peyton's house in Indy, he'd have a comfy couch. Did I take yours, Ryan?
No, you just beat me to it. I was supposed to agree first.
Oh,
He is my brother, but
sorry, leader.
Carter has also taken advantage of that privilege more often than you, Ryan. Why is Carter visiting me more than you? Because you have a girlfriend and he doesn't?
That's probably it.
Singleness brings a lot of freedom in that regard.
Peyton, I visited you just as much as Ryan does.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, I do.
You all need to come to Indy at some point, bro.
We gotta.
Yeah, I agree.
Do it. Come here. I'm a hospital guy. But just like my discernment of mercy, may I just say, and this doesn't have to do with spiritual gifts. I am such an introvert at times. It comes out randomly. I don't know why. At other times, I've been more extroverted in my life, but I'm kind of fluctuating a little bit. My hospitality and my introversy also just fight each other like that.
I feel that.
Because sometimes I just want to be alone, you know?
I agree with that. You need your alone time.
I agree with your hospitality because I have a reason, guys. I have a reason.
What's your reason?
The twice I've spent the night at your house, I have slept in your room both times.
Yeah, even though I don't really like it. But I'm definitely not going to stop you because I don't care that much.
Twice.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Black
yeah.
Friday, I slept in his room and I got a picture of his feet, which is lit.
You took a picture of my feet?
It's on my camera roll still.
Bruh.
And then, yeah, it's really funny. And then that light right behind him, I had my air mattress laying right on the floor. And I asked him beforehand.
Yeah, he was just laying right here like 2 weeks ago, bro.
I know. And I asked him, I was like, where do you want me to set up? He said, living room. And I just set up in his room and went to bed. And we just like talked for like a long time for a bit and snoozed off.
And I did nothing to stop him either. Because I wanted to just edit the podcast, but then he's like, I'm going to sleep in here. I'm like, I don't really want you to. And he's like, I don't care. I'm like, okay.
I don't know why, but every time went to Peyton's house, there was a couch available. But sometimes I did sleep in Peyton's room on the hard floor, and I have no idea why.
It's because I'm just so hospitable, bro.
It's because you're a golden retriever, dude. You're gonna sleep on the floor. You're like a golden retriever.
Dude, the floor, the floor. Oh my gosh, I slept like a baby on that floor, and it was hard. It was real hard.
These are real words that Ryan spoke to me 6 months ago, a year ago. I actually have no idea. Ryan said, "Why are you so cozy, bro? You're like the coziest person I know, bro."
I did say that.
It is actually one of the biggest compliments I ever could have gotten, because I aspire to be that. I want to be a cozy little guy. I got my mug with hot coffee. I got a Minecraft lamp. I got a lamp. I got a lamp. I got a lamp. You can't see the third lamp. It's right there.
I'm surprised hospitability is not higher on your list.
It's because I'm an introvert.
Peyton, look at your outfit. Look at your outfit. That's cozy.
I'm a cozy guy. I try to be.
The amount of shirts that I've seen in Peyton's wardrobe it describes the word cozy and camp.
I do not have a lot of nice clothes, which my girlfriend kind of despises. But you can't deny that it's cozy. It's a cozy wardrobe.
You have all like those nature shirts.
Kyle, that picture was not working at all.
I know. It's dude. You cannot see this at all.
Just stop. I think that's God trying to not show it because. Oh no!
Get it out.
You're making people stumble.
I can't even see what.
Audio listeners, Kyle just showed a picture of Peyton's feet. His dogs.
Audio listeners are absolutely like pumping their fists right now that they are not video listeners today.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we're gonna just have more viewers now on YouTube because they want to see the feet.
You're welcome to come over to YouTube and give us 2 views.
A second view, please.
Our pastor had a very good verse today about feet.
What was it? Was it Ruth? Was it about the threshing floor?
Was it Isaiah 52?
It's in Romans, but Paul references it. It's like something about shoot. Gosh dang it! I look so bad for not remembering the verse.
How beautiful are the feet who bring good news?
Dang! Oh my gosh, he's such a teacher.
Yes, that's it.
Hot feet, bro.
It's on this phone case.
Oh, that's not cool.
To bring it all together, boys. I think we're all probably done talking about each other. Point is, Ryan's the group leader. I'm cozy as heck. Carter's a golden retriever. And Kyle is a blue-collar boy
Yeah.
who has working hands. His hands are rough.
Look at
They're
this.
like sandpaper.
Look at this Carhartt, bro. Look at that Carhartt.
Sheesh.
I prefer Milwaukee.
Milwaukee? Why not both? You got your Milwaukee too
kidding.
while wearing your Carhartt, your silly little Carhartt Rain Defender.
No, Carhartt's definitely better when it comes to clothing.
Okay, I'm going to read a little passage real quick from 1 Corinthians 12. It's the unity and diversity in the body passage. Just as a body, though one has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. For we were all baptized by one Spirit so as to form one body, whether Jews or Gentiles, slave or free, and we were all given the one Spirit to drink. Even so, the body is not made up of one part, but of many. Now if the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being part of the body. And if the ear should say, because I'm not an eye, I do not belong to the body, it would not for that reason stop being a part of the body. If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has placed the parts of the body, every one of them, just as he wanted them to be. If they were all one part, where would the body be? As it is, there are many parts, but one body. The eye cannot say to the hand, I don't need you, and the head cannot say to the feet, I don't need you. On the contrary, those parts of the body that seem to be weaker are indispensable, and the parts that we think are less honorable we treat with special honor, and the parts that are unpresentable are treated with special modesty, while our presentable parts need no special treatment. But God has put the body together, giving greater honor to the parts that lacked it, so that there should be no division in the body, but that its parts should have equal concern for each other. If one part suffers, every part suffers with it. If one part is honored, every part rejoices with it. Now you are the body of Christ, and each one of you is a part of it.
Dang, you memorized all that?
Definitely don't have a screen right in front of me. It's because I'm a teacher. That was my first spiritual gift. I pay thousands of dollars to a silly little Bible college every year so that I can memorize scripture.
I think Paul self-plagiarized this from Romans 12.
I think that rule of plagiarism is the dumbest rule that you can't plagiarize yourself, that's stupid.
Luckily, he didn't go to Bible college because he would have got kicked out for plagiarism.
You can't plagiarize yourself. Shut up. It was my thoughts.
Yeah, that's a sin. It's a crime.
Anyway, thoughts?
I like the passage because it's like, we should all be one body, but just because, foot, hand, mouth, ears, they're all different.
Facts?
Or the spiritual gifts, they're all different, but they all can work together to bring people to Christ.
If you don't use them, that's not good.
I think it's a good group of boys we got in this podcast because I think that did any of us have like only one gift amongst us? I think I was the only one with mercy, but all of us like at least shared one. None of us were completely alone in our 5 gifts.
Hopefully we can relate to viewers. Viewers, go take this test. We'll put it in the description.
It's a very handy tool because no matter how useless you think, don't think that either because you are far from it. You are extremely valuable in the eyes of the Lord. We all have gifts, and maybe you haven't cultivated yours as much as you could have. You can still grow that. And this is the 3rd time I'm going to stutter along with this verse. But if you do more will be given to you, and if you do less, even that will be taken away from you.
Oof. Mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
Bar for bar, word for word, baby.
Any other words on spiritual gifts, guys?
Guys, we're not the only ones with gifts. Everyone needs to figure out your own. Do different things. I mean, you take the test, see what you're working with a little bit, but try everything. Like I said, I think I the other day we were in a little group, and I said, I'm looking around, I see a group of leaders, but not everyone's taken the initiative, took the initiative to attempt those skills. And we need to try things. Again, you can improve in all of it, so continue to do so.
Some of the spiritual gifts is something that everyone should do. Not everyone's going to be the best teacher, no matter what. Everyone probably could teach to some degree, though.
Yep.
When it comes to prayer, everyone should pray. When it comes to faith, everyone should be striving for better faith.
All have different skills.
Exactly, Kyle.
All have different skills. And we can all use them differently, too, bro.
Everyone needs to know how to change their oil, like Kyle.
Just a little blue-collar boy.
My truck takes 15 quarts.
15?
What?
Oh, my gosh. Is that true?
It is 100% true.
Oh, dang.
That's like
Brother.
almost 4 gallons.
How much does your oil change cost?
Over 100 some.
That's why he's a craftsman, boys.
Ford Tough.
We're tough. Milwaukee Tools, Carhartt sweatshirt. It was me spitting because I had tobacco in my mouth because I'm a little craftsman.
Do you do tobacco, Kyle? You kind of have to. It fits the description.
Or are you a modern little Gen Z craftsman that does Zen?
I'm a Gen Z that does neither, bro.
Anyways, for any of you Churtles out there who want to do the test, it is giftstest.com, and that will take you straight to the spiritual gifts test. And I very much encourage you to do so.
Well, I think that wraps up the episode. Thank you guys all for watching. This has been the Church Churtles podcast. Join us next week. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're on audio platforms, make sure you hit us with a follow and share. That's Carter. That's Peyton. And that is Kyle. Thank you guys for watching. Wait. We need to pray.
Hey, Carter, you are an exhortator, and you want to work on your teaching gift. I want you to pray today.
I forgot about prayer. Sorry.
It seems like a perfect job for you today.
Let that spirit move, dog. Let that spirit move.
Pray for them to know their gifts, learn their gifts, utilize their gifts.
Pray that the audience learns their gifts and continues to cultivate and use them.
Dear God, I thank you for today. I thank you for the Church Churtles podcast, and I thank you for our motivation to do it every week and help certain people with, if they've had a bad week, they can just go and listen to people who can bring peace and have certain problems that we can talk about. But today I want to ask you to help the people who are watching with their spiritual gifts. It's very important. We all want to know our purpose. We all want to know what we can do for Jesus and just the world. Today, during our lesson today at church, he talked about our purpose. And God, that's a big a big subject in our world. And I ask you, God, to please let these people go take that and see what they find. And whatever they find, let them do it to their best ability and go to you in Scripture and to you in prayer and ask for them to help them with the certain gifts they have received. And if they don't know, that's okay. And then also, if they're not good at ones they receive, that's okay too. Just let them know what they can do, and let them do it to their best ability. And thank you for a good day. I ask you to help all these people watching and help us continue to put content out for these great people. And in Jesus' name, amen.
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 See you next week.